Welcome back to the channel, guys. Arna's here, back at you with a new video. So today I'm gonna actually jump right into the video and talk about how to schedule content, okay? Because when you're running an Instagram page, you don't really want to sit on your phone all day, wait for the time to post, and as soon as the time hits, whatever, 2 p.m., you need to pull out your phone in the middle of whatever you're doing. Maybe you're driving, you stop the car, you're like, okay, I need to post. Then you post and it takes like 5 minutes. Obviously, you have the post ready and everything, but it still kind of sucks, right? I used to do that. I actually did that for like over 2 years. Every single day, I had 3 alarms on my phone, sometimes even more. At times, I had 4 or 5. And every time that alarm would ring, I would pull out my phone and I would need to post manually. And I posted manually because back in the day, if you used any scheduling tool, you would pretty much get shadow banned. Scheduling on Instagram itself was impossible. Right now, there's a feature that you can schedule, and it's been around for a year or more. But Instagram is pretty much more welcome to scheduled content now. Back in the day, like it was very hard to schedule. You could use like Meta Business Suite to schedule, but it was very messy and it wouldn't post on time. And you could only schedule like some posts up front, because if you would upload too many posts up front, it would just not post. It would skip the post. It would suck. And if you would use like a third party app or whatever, like you would literally get shadow banned. And now for a year or so, I've been using this software called Flick, and I'm going to show you right now. I've been scheduling posts. So I used Flick way back in the day when I just started for hashtags. Okay, it was like the best hashtag research tool. You would go on there and find hashtags which you could rank on. And right now that hashtags are not incredibly relevant. They're not what they used to be back in the day. You could still use hashtags, and it might help when you have like a big following to kind of target the people who are interested in the hashtags. So for example, if you upload something about investments and you have like 1 million followers like we do on Passionate Income, and you add hashtag investment or money or inflation or whatever, it will mainly show to the people who are interested in that, right? That's probably the only reason you should use hashtags right now, or just right when you start the page. Like right when you start the page, sometimes it makes sense to use hashtags. Why? Because Instagram doesn't really understand who to show the hashtag, like who to show your content to. And for the first a week or two, you could kind of use hashtags. So Flick has been around as a company for helping you use hashtags and so on. But around a year ago, they actually introduced a feature where you can schedule content. And I'll show you right away how it works. So, all right. So in my community group, Insta Income School, like way back in September 2023, I found this, one of the members of the community posted this: using Flick for scheduling, because I have a video in my course explaining it and how I use it. And he said, hey there, I used Flick for a few months and really enjoyed it. However, I stopped using it because there was an issue where many of my posts didn't get uploaded to Instagram due to an error. Have you experienced this issue as well? And we kind of started a conversation. Ty said, having this issue, but only when I tried to post manually on IG. Otherwise, posts seem to be going up when scheduled. And they tagged me. Any idea? I said, I've experienced it before, and for this reason, I check the platform and see if everything's okay. If not, I reschedule it again and see if it works. Most of the time, it's not Flick's fault, but it's Meta Business Suite itself. For example, I tried to schedule a post today through there, and it just didn't go through. And then he, like a few days later, he said, I'm going to give Flick another... Oh, no. So he replied right away, I'm going to give Flick another try. I've already scheduled content for the entire week, including reels and carousel posts. The first reel has been posted without any problems today. We'll give you all updates on how it performs. Ty said, awesome, man. Flick has been great for me so far, moving all my clients onto it. So you can have a bunch of clients, right? And kind of like schedule content for them with Flick with an agency plan. And Fabian, like a month later, said, update. Last week I scheduled 28 posts with Flick. Only one hasn't been posted. The post was sent to drafts. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it in the app, so I had to post it manually using my MacBook. I'm continuing to use Flick. And Ivan said, is Flick the best way to schedule posts? I've been looking for, yes, like basically Flick is the best way. And like literally, as I told you before, it used to be very hard to schedule posts. So I remember I would be traveling, like I would be in Bali, in the mountains or whatever, at the waterfall, just hiking, and there's no internet connection, and my alarm starts ringing, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have internet connection. I need to post now. And you kind of have that in the back of your mind. You don't have a sense of freedom. So you're like, oh, I'm going to miss this post. And then you didn't plan the hike to go so long. So now you missed another post. And now you have like 2 alarms missed. And you're like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? Or I remember when I was flying to Bali, I remember I had 3 layover flights. And every time at the airport, you're trying to log on to this sketchy Wi-Fi network. You don't know if they're stealing your data or not. You're trying to post, and you're posting it, but it's still late, and like it's just messy. You want everything to go up at the same time every single day. You want it to be scheduled, right? So how do we do that? Let me share my screen. This is Passionate Income actual account. Okay, so I have multiple accounts. And you can connect TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn to it. But I just use it for Instagram. You see every single account here just for Instagram. And this is actual Passionate Income account. So the reason I love it is you can go back and see what posts you posted before. So like this is the weekly calendar view, the weekly schedule content calendar. And you can just press here, for example, and upload something, right? Upload either a video, or you can upload a post, write the caption, add location, first comment even, and you press auto publish, and it publishes automatically, right? And you can see we've been using it for a while now. So Flick is great, right? That's how you do it. And it's very simple. We create posts in Canva or whatever, and we schedule through Flick. And you can schedule way up front. So on other accounts, let me kind of go back. I used to February. Let's see, February, a bit more. Okay, I deleted a lot of posts, but you see, I had scheduled 1 post a day, every single day or whatever, on one of my pages. Oh, here we go. 3 posts a day. I made a bunch of posts, just like quote posts, and I posted 3 posts a day, and I scheduled like a month up front, and I just left to a trip to Mexico. And when I came back, all the posts were up, just as, expected. So obviously you can do crazy stuff. Like I literally scheduled here like 100 posts. Or 100 and something, 102 posts. And it worked. Another thing I really like about Flick is you can have overview. So overview, you can see like, okay, we posted like a promo or whatever, not so good. And this page hasn't been active at all, pretty much. Like I'm not taking this page seriously because I made my money from this page back already. I bought this page, I made my money back. And now like I'm just selling promotions for cheap here on this page, just some cash flow. It doesn't take any time to run it. So you can see this, okay, like reach and impressions or whatever. Cool. You can see most active times. But what I like is when you go on the account, you can choose whatever time frame you want. So for example, on Instagram app, you can only go up to 90 days. Here you can go up to last 365 days, which is great. And you can see like the reach rate, the followers, whatever. but you can go as little as 1 day, which also you cannot do on Instagram app. So you have many metrics which you can't really see on Instagram itself. So conversion rate, you can see click-through rate. I haven't had any links posted. You can see the followers like last 7 days. You can see the followers last year. What I like the most and where I use Flick, like when it comes to account feature, is look, this is very cool. So on Instagram app, you can only see top 5. So if I go on Instagram app on this account, income gross, I will see US, India, UK, Nigeria, Canada. Then I won't see anything else, and I will see it in percentage wise. All right. Look at this on Flick. I can literally see the exact amount of followers that are from the US. Like you cannot do that on Instagram. Okay. On Instagram, you'll see just a percentage, which will be whatever, but you won't see the exact number of followers from that country. So for example, I can know that I have 788 followers from Philippines or 2,314 followers from Canada. And you can see top 10 instead of top 5. I love this feature. And also this, like I can know the top cities. I know that I have 1,359 followers from New York City alone. Or I know that I have 806 followers from Dubai. Or I know that I have 18,956 followers aged from 25 to 34. Like very interesting, you know? Like I can see the exact number, which I love. You cannot get that data just simply on Instagram app. And obviously the most active times you can see every 2 hours. I think on the Instagram app, it's every 3 hours or whatever. Here you can see like the exact amount of followers that will be active at that time. And you can see it every 2 hours. So you know what time to post. On Instagram is not, and you can actually set the time zone you're in. So it's not confusing at all. On your phone, like you cannot see the time zone. You cannot see every 2 hours. You can only see every 3 hours or whatever. It's not as intuitive. So I love these analytics. This is great. Like hashtags, if you rank on any of them, you can see it here. Again, this profile is not incredibly active. Like it's not active at all. But I love this. And they add more features. Like you can have ideas. You can repurpose content here. But mainly I use it for scheduling. Okay, and is it expensive? I don't think it's incredibly expensive to run all of this, and I have team members access to run all of this. It's like 38 Great British pounds a month. So for me to manage the whole social media for 38 pounds a month is not a lot. And if you have one profile, you would pay like $10 a month or whatever, like crazy cheap to be honest for what you get, because you can get your freedom, you know, for that amount of money. So it's worth it for me. You see on Passionate Income, we have scheduled only one post a day, and it's pretty cool. I love, you can backtrack like all the posts too and see what's going on. So that's how I schedule my posts. I use Flick. Maybe some of you guys use something else, but in my experience, all my clients use Flick, all my students use Flick, I use Flick myself. I mean, it works, and if it works, just leave it like that, you know? I tested out like the TikTok sharing feature, and yeah, TikTok. I'm not a big fan of TikTok because they will literally shadow ban you for like stuff like that usually, unless you have like a bunch of followers, but they're really strict on their policies when it comes to like scheduling and so. So on Instagram, you're totally cool if you just use this. Also, I have a link for you guys down below. I'll get like a credit I'll be able to use. So if you want to support me and lower the costs of Passionate Income, use that link if you're willing to sign up for Flick, and shoot me a message on Instagram if you did, and if you had any questions. And thanks for watching. Again, follow me on Instagram on my personal brand at owner Arnas, and see you in the next one.